Hi, this is a card I made and I wanted to share a few things with you on how I made it using our Close to My Heart products. This is using the paper pack that's called the Miracle paper pack, and the color theme is light blues, light greens, and a neutral, which is the our bamboo color, which is like the light brown. Alright, so first I'm going to show you how I got the look on. This started off as just a clear brown paper, and it started off looking like this. And what I do is I like to add a little depth to the paper that I'm using, and I'm going to use our bamboo ink pad, and these are our sponge daubers. They're just, you put your finger in them so you don't have to get ink all over your hands. And I'm just going to brush the edges here. And when you do that, it ends up looking like that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the other things I love to do with our stamps is to create my own pattern paper using the color that I want. Not the store-bought, something that's limited. When you go to the stores, you can't really create the colors that you want, the shade you want. So with the acrylic stamps, you really can. This is a stamp, background texture stamp, and it comes in a sheet like this. And you peel the stamp off of here and you put it on the block. And then when you're done, you just clean it and then put it back on the carrier sheet and you're good to go. And they store really easy. Okay, so that's the look that has. And then what I did is I glued it to this piece of paper here. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you to do is on this card, I made this, these are real popular, these paper flowers. They're really easy to do, and I know a lot of people are a little intimidated by it, so I wanted to show you how. What I did was I took a 12 by 1 inch strip of paper, and actually these on here are 1 1/4 inch, but I happen to have a 1 inch strip of paper, so I'm going to use it as an example. The only difference from the 1 inch to the 1 1/4 inch is it's going to be wider, a wider flower, so be mindful of that when you're using them on your scrapbook layouts. You're going to score it at every 1/4 inch, okay, and then fold it so that you have just an accordion fold here. And then what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of tape to one of the ends. And then we're going to adhere that to this end. Okay, so then you have a circle that looks like that. And then on this one, let's put the beige side up just so you can see the contrast here. I use a little circle. I just punched out a little circle, and this is what we're going to lay our flower on. And it doesn't matter if it's centered, it just needs to hold it on. I just kind of punch out something, a little square, anything would be fine, but it's got to hold the flower down. So I put some hot glue. I like working with the hot glue tool for pretty much for just this type of flower. I don't use a hot glue gun that much, but for these, when you're making a lot of them, it makes it a lot easier. You have time while it dries to spread out the layers. And then you give it about 30 seconds, and it should be pretty good to go. It doesn't matter if it's centered on the back, but you'll be able to glue this down anywhere. Okay? So once it's done, this is the paper that I used on the card, so it was the green side up. This is just how the other paper looks. Okay, so depending on the paper that you pick, you can have a bunch of different options on these flowers. Then I wouldn't worry so much about having these centered on the back, but you can go ahead and punch another circle and put something on there and maybe a button. What I did is I used these flowers from the Miracle, that match the Miracle paper pack. I stamped this one and cut it out, and then stamped out a middle and cut it out and just layered those all together. Okay. The other thing that I really love are there are opaques, and they come in different colors. These are the mocha ones. You can tell that I use a lot of them. 3 sheets come in a pack, and you get different sizes. One of the sheets has itty bitty ones, which I really like. They're fun to use, and they add a really nice touch to your artwork. They're only $2.95, and they come in mocha, which are the browns, black and grays, and then just white. So I hope you like this card. I hope you like the techniques I showed you, and I'll do some more in the near future.